What is going on, everyone? We are officially in draft month as we enter April. In a couple of weeks, the Houston Texans will be selected in the 2024 NFL Draft. However, our draft starts on Friday night. Remember, the Houston Texans no longer have a first-round selection. They sent number 23 and number 232 to the Minnesota Vikings for pick 42, pick 188, and a 2025 second round pick. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are not in my Discord, what are you doing? We are almost at 100 people. Once we get to 200, I will be shutting it down. We have a 3-round Houston Texans mock draft today. Welcome everyone to the 713 Houston Sportcast. I am your host, Ruben Calvillo. I drop daily Houston Texans content, so make sure you guys are following me on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. And this episode was brought to you by my friends at Underdog Fantasy. Download the app, use my promo code 713HOU for a first-time bonus deposit up to $100. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for watching today's episode. Now, ladies and gentlemen, for your information, I am using the PFF Mock Draft Simulator, and at pick 42 in the 2024 NFL Draft, the Houston Texans will be selecting Edgerrin Cooper, linebacker from A&M. Look, I think this would be a fantastic get for this Houston Texans defense. You are also drafting for the future here. This is the beauty of having 2 second-round picks. Let's get to his first look. Cooper brings a lot of athleticism to the linebacker position. He possesses top-tier change of direction, burst, and pursuit speed. His best work comes from when he keeps things in front of him, flying in for tackles at the line of scrimmage or towards the sidelines. Cooper's issues come from reacting more than anticipating. He is manipulated off his spots too often against play action and pre-snap motion. He also tends to over-pursue tackles, though he was more consistent in 23. He earned a high coverage grade in 23, but that was more from defending shallow zones, running backs out the backfield, and QB scrambles than it was from deeper zone assignments. His pros: downhill player who is willing to take on blocks at the line of scrimmage. Top tier athlete in change of direction, burst, and long speed. Effective blitzer. His cons: can be manipulated by pre-snap motion play action. Out of control sometimes, takes a step too far in one direction and overcommits, and reacts more than he anticipates. When you look at his stats, I mean, they pop out. 75 tackles, 56 defensive stops. If you don't know what a defensive stop is, it means the play resulted in 0 to negative yards. He had 27 pressures, 10 sacks, 2 pass breakups, and 2 forced fumbles. I want to bring up the 10 sacks because I think he can be an effective early blitz-heavy linebacker. I know a lot of people probably won't be too high on this pick because the Houston Texans just brought in a free agent linebacker, Azeez Al-Shaair. But this is a selection for the future. DeMeco Ryans finally gets his linebacker that he can mold into one of the best in the NFL. Remember the words of Fred Warner at Super Bowl Media Day. There is no Fred Warner if it's not for DeMeco Ryans. And guys, I have no doubt that Edgerrin Cooper can be that guy for this Houston Texans defense. That is why I am selecting him at pick 42. Now, with the 59 pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the Houston Texans, with their second selection in the second round, will be selecting Ruke Orhorhoro, defensive lineman from Clemson. Now, you are drafting for a need. I think Ruke can immediately start competing against Khalil Davis for that starting defensive tackle spot. Let's go to his first look. Orhorhoro weighed just 265 pounds as an edge defender when he joined the Tigers, but has since bulked up to around 290 to play inside as well. His body type makes him a tweener on the defensive line, but he is strong for his frame, and that gives him a ton of versatility, meaning you can move him all over the D-line. He has played everything from 0 technique to 5 technique. He is a reliable player in run defense, consistently staying square with the ball carrier at the line of scrimmage, and is not one to whiff on tackles. As a pass rusher, he He wins with speed and power, but his profile outside of his athleticism is lacking something that could develop during his NFL career. Now, some pros on Ruke: explosive first step and powerful hands, knows how to get skinny between blocks, played all over Clemson's D-line. Some weakness: raw pass rusher and relies on athleticism, struggles to disengage after initial move, plays too upright versus the run. His 40 was 4.89 seconds. That is insane. His broad jump, 116. His arms, they're long, 34 inches. I see a comp here of Justin Madubuike, someone who the Houston Texans try to go all out for in free agency. He ended up getting franchise tag and signed the deal. However, this is an area of need for the Houston Texans. And Ruke's stats this year: 24 pressures and 5 sacks, 17 defensive stops, and a pass rush win rate of 7.8%. Now, I think the main thing is he is someone who just uses his athleticism. When he puts it together along with his athleticism, could be very dynamic. That's why I see the Justin Madubuike comp right here. But this will be perfect for the Houston Texans defensive line. There is an immediate competition between him and Khalil Davis. May the best man win. And rookie, I hope you win it. I am selecting him with my second pick in the second round. At pick 86, to finish up this Houston Texans 3-round mock draft, I am developing a draft crush on this player, Malachi Corley, wide receiver from Western Kentucky. His first look: after 2 years as a running back at Western Kentucky, Corley found a home at receiver. He is a well-balanced athlete, which shows up how he plays the position. The ball carrier vision from his running back days has carried over. When he gets the ball in his hands, he immediately believes he's a running back again in a good way. His contact balance and after contact ability are impressive and consistent, as he is often utilized in that quick game. He also has some of the strongest hand in the class. However, his lack of receiver snaps has led to a limited route tree, a lack of release, and a little nuance down the field. His stats this year: 79 receptions for 985 yards, 11 touchdowns. His pros: running back background shows up in contact balance and how he becomes a playmaker in yards after the catch situations. Very strong hands to catch through contact. Good linear explosiveness when going in a straight line. Converts speed to power like a pass rusher. He is tough to hit, bring down once he gets a full head of steam. His cons: lateral movements are a bit stiff when he gets up to speed. Not a very diverse route tree. Not much variation in his release outside of a speed release, and struggles to get out of contact against press coverage and at the contact point in his routes. It sounds like he just needs to continue to grow and develop as he learns a new position. Look, a lot of people have been falling in love with him. He could definitely be selected higher and as a wide receiver 3, sitting behind Nico Collins, sitting behind Tank Dell. I think Malachi could immediately be a weapon and immediately produce for this Houston Texan offense. I mean, you will be the number 3, really 4 option behind Nico Collins, Tank Dell, and Dalton Schultz. I think the Houston Texans are one wide receiver away from being a real dynamic offense, and could Malachi Corley be that guy? Ladies and gentlemen, you guys let me know how I did. Once again, I went pick 42, Edgerrin Cooper, linebacker from A&M. Pick 59, defensive lineman Ruke Orhorhoro from Clemson. And at pick 86, wide receiver Malachi Corley. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know how I did. For more Houston Texans content, y'all follow me for more. Go H-Town. Have a blessed day.